Hey guys, I apologize if you can't see me over this massive list of things that I have to do. Sorry, with finals and whatnot coming up, I've just had a lot of work to do. I've got essays to work on, final projects, my lab practical was yesterday. I'm kind of freaking out. And so I'd kind of like to talk a bit about stress today. Stress sucks, basically. It takes its toll on you, and sometimes you've got a lot of stress and you're not even really sure why. It's sitting there in a giant ball within you, and you don't know what to do about it. I've been having this problem recently. I wasn't sure what to do to let it out. And that's the important thing, is being able to let it out and trusting that it's going to be okay in the long run. Because as soon as you tell yourself it's not going to be okay, that's when it really starts to get to you. More than just telling yourself that. I could sit around all day saying that it's going to get better, but if I don't work for it to get better, it won't actually happen. It's a two-part process. Telling yourself it's going to get better, and then letting it get better. Helping it get better. You can't let it overwhelm you, because stress becomes a self-replicating cycle. If you let stress overwhelm you, you get even more upset because you're stressed out, and then you start stressing out about how much you're stressing out. And in the end, it's just a spiral downward until you can't do anything because you're so worried about how you're stressed, and that takes up all of your mind and all of your time. I can't tell you how to get rid of stress because it depends from person to person. Sometimes it's just getting out, taking a walk. Sometimes it's thinking. Sometimes it's confronting the cause of the stress head on. It really depends on what's bothering you. I wish I could help every one of you individually, and if there's anybody who needs help, I'm always more than happy to talk about it. You can inbox us a message, you can leave a comment. If you need help with anything, we'll definitely do our best to get back to you and try and help you, because stress sucks. And I found that one of the best ways to deal with it is to talk about it. You can't hold things inside of you, and I'm telling you this from experience, because when you do that, they tend to build up to the point where they get released at the wrong time, at the wrong people. Then you're worried about what you did to these people, and you can lose those people that you really care about, and that's rough. When you're standing there watching the people who just want to help you walk away because you made a mistake, because you weren't able to talk about it when you needed to, that's one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do. And again, speaking from experience here, watching somebody walk away because of a mistake that you made that could have easily been avoided, let me tell you that if you can avoid that, do it. Because when one of the most important people in your life walks away, and there's nothing that you can do to stop them, and you know that no matter what they say, it's all your fault, there's nothing worse than that. I apologize for the kind of down tone of this video, but like I said, I've been having a lot to deal with lately. It's helpful knowing that I have those people out there that I can talk to, namely you guys. I mean, Eric and Jordan, you two, I can talk to you guys about just about anything that I need to, but not only that, but the other people who watch, knowing that there's somebody there on the other end who recognizes that I'm not perfect and that I'm going through a lot. It's helpful. So again, I encourage you, if you're ever feeling upset or stressed out by something, talk to somebody, a friend, a family member, us. We're always here to listen, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you have a problem and you feel like you don't have anyone you can talk to, we're always here. We don't judge. We don't know you. We can't judge. We'll listen to your problem and maybe help you out a little bit. Eric, your video was awesome, and I could talk for days about various video games, and in fact I might. As for you, Jordan, well, I couldn't help but watch your video even though I haven't seen the movie yet. Your arguments are very compelling, and at some point this winter I'd like to sit down and talk with you about the book and about the movie and all the implications that it can have. Because I know finals are coming up for all of us. Next week I would like to suggest what I call Major Week, which is all of our videos are talking about our majors, why we got into them, why we're interested in them, what we want to do with them, give more background about ourselves. It'll take some of the stress off of making the video. You know, we won't have to do a ton of research or put a ton of time into what we're doing. Once again, I want to thank you too and everybody else for listening. It really means a lot, and it's helpful. And again, if you're ever feeling stressed, anybody, I encourage you, find help. Because when you're walking around with that much stress, it's never good for you. When you're focusing all your time and energies on being stressed versus doing something productive, you're not only sabotaging yourself, but you're sabotaging others that could potentially be benefited from the work you could put forth instead of worrying about all your stress. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.